Hello students. So students, in the previous class, in this chapter that is reaching the age of adolescence, we were talking about a very important cycle, and that is the menstrual cycle. What is the menstrual cycle, student? So if you look, that it is what? It is the periodic shading, okay? Periodic shading of the uterine wall and unfertilized egg. Unfertilized egg, it means the egg which is released by ovary, but it does not fertilized by that of the sperms in that of the fallopian tube. So we will call that egg as an unfertilized egg. Okay, so that unfertilized egg is there, students. If that unfertilized egg is not fuses with that of the sperm, then that should come out from the uterus to the vagina. So this is the periodic shading. This menstrual cycle is the periodic shading of the uterine wall and that of the unfertilized egg, accompanied with the blood. That is the menstrual cycle. Okay, in the menstrual cycle, student, we also discussed that what happened basically. So two ovaries are there which releases one egg or ovum. Now this egg or the ovum is present in the fallopian tube. Now that process, that period when the ovum is produced by the ovary, that is known as ovulation. Okay, so ovulation occurs. It is the period when the egg is present in that of the fallopian tube. Now, not only this, basically what happened here, that this unfertilized egg, this ovum, in the period of ovulation is present there and waiting for the sperm to fuses with the sperm, and fertilization process take place, and ultimately it will get converted into zygote, and that zygote, from that of the fallopian tube, it will enter into the uterus. Okay. Now, if this fertilized egg is not fused, so ultimately after a certain interval of a time, this will come. Now, when the ovum is present, when the egg is present in that of the fallopian tube, at that time uterus used to prepare itself, used to make it ready so that it will be able to bear the child. Okay, by what happened here, the zygote used to stick with that of the lining of the uterus, and from there it will take the nourishment. Now, how it used to prepare the lining of the uterus, it become thicker. Okay, and why is this so? Because this uterine wall starts making blood, you can say. So it consisting of a blood inlet. Okay, so if this blood is present in that of the uterine wall, which help in giving the nutrients from that of the mother's body to the zygote and help in the development of the zygote. Now, if fertilization does not take place, so there is no need of that uterine wall to be present there, because this is a process which occur in every month. Okay, so what will happen? Ultimately, this uterine wall should be shaved off, and so uterine wall along with the blood which is present in it will also starts coming out, and that phase, it lasts long for 4 to 6 days in every month. And since it occur in every month, this is a kind of a period which goes on, so we use the term for it either menstruation or periods, because it occur at every month. So why it is known as a menstrual cycle? Because it is a kind of a cycle. First of all, ovulation process take place. After ovulation, students, then the menstruation occur. So this process occur every interval of a time. So this is a kind of a cycle, and that is why we use the term that is menstrual cycle. The age when a girl reaches to the puberty and the first menstruation occur, we use the term for it that is menarche. Okay, and when after 40 to 45 this menstruation means the woman is incapable of bearing a child, so that phase when the menstruation process stops, that is known as menopause. Now moving on and try to understand the another term, and that is sex determination. sex determination. Okay. Now, if we talk about the sex determination, so you see, student, even the unborn baby is there. Okay, after delivery, it is okay to understand if an unborn baby is there. So, how you are able to determine the sex? Basically, the sex is determined by a thread-like a structure which is present in that of the nucleus and carry the genetic information, that is chromosome. So it is the chromosome which decide the sex of a child, of an unborn baby. Okay. So of a fetus, you can say. Unborn, it means we are talking about the fetus, because at the fetus time only you are able to distinguish that whether a child is a girl or a boy. So here the chromosome, how the chromosome came here, students? Actually, chromosome carries the genetic information, and this chromosome is received from both of the parents, from your father as well as from your mother. So half of the chromosome you get from your father, half of the chromosome you get from the mother. Now listen, see, there are 23 pair of chromosomes. Okay, and out of this 23 pair, if you are saying 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. So if you are saying 23 pairs of chromosomes, it means 46 chromosomes are there. Individually, 46 chromosomes are there, and in pair, 23 pair of chromosome is there. Now, this 23, out of this 23, 22 pair of chromosome are autosomes. Autosomes, it means that is related to the body cells. Okay. Now, one pair of the chromosome is that of the sex chromosome. Okay, so this 22 pair is the autosomes and one pair is the sex chromosome. Now this, in one pair, student, one pair is in the father, one pair is in the mother. So one of the chromosome, during fusion, during the zygote formation, one of the chromosomes, one of the sex chromosomes come from the father and one of the sex chromosome come from the mother. Now when these two sex chromosomes, they join together, ultimately they decide the sex of an unborn baby, that is whether it is a boy or it is a girl. Let me write it and then I'll explain to you about it again. Now see here. So the first point we can write in the sex determination, you can see a sex determining, to finding the sex. Okay, how can you say that is a boy or is a girl? How can you determine the sex of a child? Okay, so we can write it. The sex of an unborn baby is determined sex of an unborn baby is determined by chromosome. Sex of an unborn baby is determined by the chromosome. Now, first of all, we should understand that what is a chromosome. We are saying that chromosomes are responsible for deciding the sex of a child. Okay, so we should also know that what is chromosome? Okay, that decides the sex of a child. So chromosomes are actually a thread like a strand. Chromosomes are thread like a structure which is present inside the nucleus of the cell. Inside the Okay, so chromosomes are the thread-like a structure which is present inside to that of the nucleus of the cell. Okay, nucleus of the cell, and it used to carry the genetic information. So basically, the role of the chromosome is to carry the genetic information. Which genetic information, students? So the information of your mother to the child, this genetic information is carried by that of the chromosome. Okay, so chromosome is a thread-like a structure which is present inside the nucleus of the cell. If you see in the nucleus consisting of the genetic material, a thread-like a strand is there, student. It is like it is present like this only. Like that. Okay, so it's a kind of a thread-like a structure. It is present in the pair. If suppose we will take it in a single chromosome, student, so it will be like this. Okay, so it will be like, so it is individual, means that is in the, not in the pair, but here it is in the pair. So chromosome always exists in the pair itself. Okay, so it is a thread like a strand. It carries the information, the genetic information, characters of your parents to you. Okay. Now this is present in the nucleus. Now if we look, now the nucleus. Which nucleus? The nucleus which is fertilized by that of the egg and the sperm. So the fertilized nucleus, which, see students, what happened when the sperm and that of the egg, they fuse together, there is a formation of a single cell, and that single cell is a zygote. Now this zygote also consisting of the nucleus in it. So the nucleus which is present in this fertilized cell or fertilized egg, that consisting of a pair of a chromosome, and that chromosome is one from your father, one from a mother. So we can write it. The nucleus of a fertilized egg or zygote carries the chromosomes from both of your parents. From both of your parents. From both of parents. Okay. Now see. And its pairing decides the sex of the unborn baby. So you see what happened here? The nucleus of the fertilized egg that carries the chromosome, and this chromosome it gets from the parent. One from father, one from mother. Now that particular pair of a chromosome decide the sex of the unborn baby or the sex of the offspring. How, students? You see that if we see the nucleus, in the nucleus itself, in fact all the chromosomes are present in the pair, and out of that 22 chromosomes are autosomes, while one pair is that of the sex chromosome. So we can write it. The function of the chromosome is to carry the genetic information, student. So other characteristics is carried by that of the autosomes, but the determination of the sex is determined by the sex chromosome. So we can write it, chromosome occurs matching pair. Okay, it always exists in a pair. Now, human being have 23 pair of chromosomes. Okay, and out of these 22 pair of chromosome is autosomes. That is autosomes, which used to contain the genetic information. Genetic information. Okay, why? That of the one pair of chromosome decides the sex of a offspring. Okay, while the one pair of chromosome decides the sex of the or the gender of the individual. Gender of the So, other chromosomes, other pair of chromosomes called autosomes, they decide the characters, the other genetic information. But out of that, one pair decide the gender, that whether it is a male or that of the female. Now, let us try to understand that what is present in case of male sex cells and what is present in that of a female sex cells. Why we are talking about the male sex cell and the female sex cells? Because you are knowing that it is the male sex cell and that of the female sex cells which fuses together to form the zygote, right? And in that sex cell only the one pair of the chromosome which determine the gender of the individual is present there. Sex cell consisting of the nucleus and nucleus consisting of the chromosomes, and in that male sex cell consisting of the genetic information of that particular male, and the female sex cell, it consisting of the female genetic material of that particular female, from where it is coming. Okay, so we can write it. In case of a male sex cell, basically what happened, a male sex cell, this is for every male sex cell, not for a particular person, but a male sex cell consisting of two chromosomes. One pair of a chromosome is there, student. It means it consists of two chromosomes. Chromosomes. One is X and other is Y chromosome. So one is X chromosome and another is Y chromosome. If we talk in case of a female, so a female sex cell consisting of two X chromosomes. It means Here also two chromosomes are there, but both of the chromosomes are X chromosomes, and in case of a male sex cell, one is X chromosome and another one is Y chromosome. So X and Y chromosome is present in both of them. Now, every time what happens when the fusion occurs, one of the means each of the male gamete or that of the female gamete used to give one chromosome. So, you know that students, gamete cells is released, if you see that gametes, it means male sex cells. Okay, so that is released, and this is male gamete only, these male sex only fuses with the female sex. Now remember, the male gamete does not consisting of both of the chromosome. It consisting of only one chromosome, either X or Y. And the same thing with that of the female gamete, that consisting of only one sex chromosome, that is X only, because both of the chromosome is X. Okay, so we can write it. Each gamete has only one chromosome. Each gamete is having only one chromosome in it. The unfertilized egg always has X chromosome. Here we are talking about the female gamete. Okay, so one male gamete can have only one of the chromosome. If we talk about the unfertilized egg, it means unfertilized egg is what? That is the female sex cell. Okay, female gamete. It always have an X chromosome because both of them is what? That is X chromosome only. So if we talk any one of them, that will be X chromosome. Now see. Okay, that is the X chromosome. Okay, so one X chromosome is always there. But in case of a sperm, the sperm consisting of any one, please write it because it is very important. If you write the point, then you will be able to understand the concept also. Okay, so sperm consisting of any one, either X chromosome or Y chromosome, any one, either X chromosome or Y chromosome. Okay, either X chromosome is there or Y chromosome is there. Now, if the sperm is carried, now we have understood one thing here. Let me remind you again, otherwise you will be confused. Here, see students, sperm is what? It is the male gamete. What we are saying that each of the gamete, either it is a female gamete or that of the male gamete. Okay, each of the gamete consisting of any one chromosome, means out of that pair of chromosome, only one chromosome is present in each of the gamete. If a female gamete is there, so female gamete, it means we are talking about the egg or the ovum. Okay, so egg consisting of only one chromosome, students. Now, in case of a female nucleus, if we talk about female sex chromosome, so female sex chromosome consisting of two X chromosomes. So, it will be like XX. In case of a female, it will be like XX. So, if we take any one of the chromosome in this pair of sex chromosome in case of a female, then either you take this X or X, it will always remain the X chromosome only. Okay, that is why we have written here that each gamete has only one chromosome and the unfertilized egg. The unfertilized, it means we are talking about the ovum. Okay, the female gamete. Okay, so that ovum or egg, if it is not fertilized right now, it is always has an X chromosome because both of them is the X chromosome only. So if any one of them will come, it will be X chromosome. Okay, now you see here. If we talk in case of a male gamete, it means we are talking about the sperm. So sperm, that sperm which is going to be fertilized with that of the egg, that sperm may contain any one, either X or Y. So the pairing in case of a male is, this is a female, in case of a male is X, Y. Right? So the sex chromosome in the pair in case of a male, that is XY. But the sperm used to carry any one, the gamete has to carry only one sex chromosome. So it can carry either X chromosome or Y chromosome. Okay, so chances is there that X chromosome can come, chances there that Y chromosome. And the chances of coming of X and Y is 50%. You cannot say that always X came or that of the Y came. So after that, students, we can write it. If the sperm carrying X chromosome, this is the first condition I am talking about, that if the sperm carrying X chromosome, yes, X chromosome. Okay, if it is carrying the X chromosome, fertilizes with the egg. That egg is also consisting of only one chromosome. So if it is carrying X chromosome, the egg is already having X chromosome. So the fetus is having 2 X chromosome in it. And would develop in female child. Okay, so it will develop in that of the female child. If the sperm is carrying, the sperm is carrying Y chromosome, then fertilization occurs with the X chromosome of egg and resulting XY. Okay, now see. Okay, so if it is an X chromosome, if one X chromosomes come from here and here also one X come, so both of these will form XX, and if this X came and this Y came, so it will be XY. So it will, the resulting XY would develop into a male child. Okay, so the resulting would be the male child, and thus sex will be determined. So by this, students, we can say sex can be easily determined by this method. Okay, XX or XY decide the sex determination.